YouTube, welcome back with another Love Yourself First video. In today's video, I want to talk to you about effective communication. When we utilize effective communication, we are then able to tell people how we feel without letting our emotions do the talking for us. We're able to control our body language. We're able to pick our words, control our thoughts. And when we do that, we can ensure that not only is our voice heard, but the other person's voice is heard too, which will result in solving a lot more of our problems a lot more efficiently. Before I get started in our 5 tips though, I want to let you guys know that I still need some of you guys to subscribe. We're still over 80% of people that watch our videos are not subscribed. So please take the time right now to subscribe. And while you do that, I'm going to solve this Rubik's Cube. Alright guys, you subscribed? Good, let's start this lesson. Alright, tip number 1. Whenever we're describing the situation that we're talking about, we have to make sure that we're utilizing our I statements whenever necessary. For example, whenever you're utilizing I statements, you want to say things like, I know you're upset, but I think I need to go for a drive right now. Something like that. That way you're not putting blame on them. You're not saying, you make me feel angry, so I have to go for a drive. You did this, you did that. You're taking the yous out of it and you're saying I, because that's how you feel. And just like other people can't make us happy, other people cannot make us angry or sad. That is the reaction we choose. Tip number 2. Whenever we're in a conversation with somebody, make sure you're listening. And you're not listening with the intent to respond, but you're listening with the intent to empathize and understand where that person is coming from. When you do that and you have an open mind in that conversation, you start to see it from different viewpoints. And then you can understand where that person is coming from. And if it's still making you feel a certain way, then you can clearly communicate what exactly it is that is upsetting you and how it's making you feel. Tip number 3, body language. Body language is crucial when you're communicating with somebody else, because if your body looks like you're not paying attention or you have no interest in the conversation, then that's going to make them feel unvalued and unvalidated, like their feelings don't matter. We don't want that. We don't want to feel that way, and we don't want anybody else to feel that way either. So make sure you're not slumping, you're not fidgeting around with your hands or with a toy, you're not spinning in your chair, you're not tapping your foot. Make sure you maintain a good posture, maintain great eye contact, and let them know that you are listening, and you are listening to empathize and understand where they're coming from, not just to listen to respond so you can be right. Tip number 4, one that I truly need to work on. We cannot be storytelling. There's no storytelling. We don't have time for stories. We're having a conversation to get to the root of the problem and find a solution to it. So the most direct path for that is just clear, brief statements. Make sure that your statements are clear, easily understood, and they're brief. That way people don't feel like they have to follow along and try to figure out what you're trying to say. Say how you feel, be direct about it, but be nice about it too. Make sure when you're talking about how you feel, you're going back to step number 1 or tip number 1, and you're utilizing your I statements. My 5th and final tip in effective communication is that we have to take responsibility for our part of the problem. Nobody is perfect. It's okay to be at fault. But if you keep trying to point blame to somebody else, then that is going to create bigger problems in that relationship that you have. So stop putting blame on other people for your faults. Make sure that you can clearly see where you went wrong, or if somebody tells you something that you're at fault for, make sure you listen, because they're saying it for a reason, just like you're saying why you're upset to them for a reason. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this 5-tip video on how to effectively communicate. And remember, we all have the ability to redirect our life path redeem our power, and redefine our life. Okay, guys, I love you so, so much. Until next time, deuces.